Welcome back. Good morning once again. Uh, Welcome to the second part of the topic game regulations. And in the previous video, we talked about different regulatory bodies regarding games. And we also talked about regulatory bodies in Europe, in US, in Canada, in China, and other countries. Let's move on to the examples as they're highly admired by Cambridge, which shows your deep research rather being talking in general. It's good to be specific sometimes. So some controversial video games, like I told you in the last lesson, I have tried to add plenty of examples here, but I'm not expecting you to remember and learn every bit of it. Rather, only 3-4 examples would be more than enough to showcase your research. So the first one is Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. Its newly unveiled title and has stirred up a wave of controversy. In addition to its core, some are upset over the killing of Nazis and KKK members in the game, given the current political climate in the US. Current means that time. Night Trap, over a year after its release, the Night Trap came under fire in the United States Senate. Senators took games like it and Mortal Kombat to task for their graphic content. Graphic content means graphically unsuitable. The hearing eventually led to the establishment of the Entertainment Software Rating Board (ESRB), which applies rating to the games now. Well, Carmageddon, probably. While racing titles are common in video games, ones that give you bonuses for running over pedestrians are not. Crazy. Well, that led some countries, including Germany, to censor Carmageddon. Pedestrians were replaced with zombies and robots. Brazil outright banned the title. Manhunt series. This 2003 survival horror title filled with gruesome executions is considered one of the most graphic and violent games ever. It was banned from sale in Australia. Manhunt also wound up at the center of the investigation of the murder of a 14-year-old in England. Initial media reports alleged that the killer was inspired by the game, but it was later determined that the title played no role in the crime. Your favorite Grand Theft Auto GTA series. It should come as no surprise that GTA series had been courting criticism since its very beginning. The games include violence, killing, even cops, drug use, and torture. While GTA has become one of the most popular franchises in gaming with 15 titles thus far, that has not stopped some countries, including Thailand and UAE, from banning the series. Obviously, due to success and fame and being you know hot in sales, many countries could not ban it. It was quite monetarily loss, and obviously due to some lobbying thing. Postal, as the name suggests, Postal follows a man with mental health problems as he kills civilians and law enforcement. The game was popular enough that sequels, spin-offs, and a terrible film were all made. Its sequel, Postal 2, was banned in New Zealand, Australia, Malaysia, Germany, and Sweden. So, Barbarian the Ultimate Warrior. In 1987, fighting game was banned in Germany. This 1987 fighting game was banned in Germany due to level of violence and blood. Its cover art, which featured a model in bikini, drew further criticism from those who believed video games were for children only. Hatred. The sole purpose of this game is essentially to engage in a genocide crusade in New York City. Its adult-only rating kept it from being sold in most retail stores, while its extreme violence got it temporarily pulled from the Steam. It should be Steam probably, yeah. JFK Reloaded, John F. Kennedy Reloaded, billed as a historical simulation. JFK Reloaded 2004 recreated the assassination of President John F. Kennedy with players taking on the role of assassin Lee Harvey Oswald. Not surprisingly, Kennedy's family, in this case Senator Ted Kennedy, condemned the game. You know, banta bhi hai. Duke Nukem 3D. Not only did Duke Nukem 3D feature violence and gore, but it also included nudity in the form of women the main character encountered throughout the gameplay. Australia initially refused to grade the film for sale. Sorry, grade the game for sale. क्या हो गया मुझे? Until developer 3D RAMs included a parental lock option. They included option, that is why. 6 days in Fallujah. ये भी काफी इस पे कंट्रोवर्सी थी. ये इराक में एक जगह है. Well, 6 days in Fallujah, the story of a group of U.S. Marines drew heavy criticism from military members after it was announced. Then publisher Konami elected to remove the game from their lineup. 6 days in Fallujah is Konami's gaming interpretation of the gruesome 2004 battle in which 38 US troops, 38 soldiers, and 1,200 insurgents were killed. Made by Atomic Games, most recently known for the close combat games, it is squad-based tactical third-person game designed to recreate the atmosphere and experience of soldiers who fought there 4.5 years ago. ये इराक वॉर के ऊपर थी एक्चुअली, और उस फलूजा की जगह पे इस इंसिडेंट में अमेरिका का बहुत नुकसान हुआ था. इसलिए वो अपनी इंसल्ट समझते हैं इस चीज़ को, और गेम में भी कुछ रिक्रिएट भी किया हुआ था, और उसमें आपकी फ्री विल भी थी, आप कैसे भी प्ले करना चाहो, लेकिन इसको उन्होंने क्रिटिसाइज किया. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This game drew heavy criticism for its no Russian mission, which allows you to take part in mass shooting attack at a Moscow airport and murder civilians. The mission was removed entirely from the game in Russia. Rule of Rose. While there are many violent survivor horror games, Rule of Rose came under fire due to the young age of characters in the game. While it was released in the US on the Sony PlayStation 2, the game was cancelled in the UK shortly before release. देखो ऐसा भी होता है, cancel ही कर दी उन्होंने, ban कर दी. Saw, the video game, a Saw movie आपने देखी होगी. Based on the Saw film, the game was seen by many critics as torture porn filled with gruesome death traps. Still, even with its graphic content, Saw, the video game, managed to avoid being banned by not any, many countries. यहाँ पे correct कर लो. Silent Hill Homecoming. The sixth installment in the Silent Hill franchise was also the most graphic due to its content, which included torture, dismembered bodies, and decapitations. The game was banned in Australia and Germany. Left Behind. एक दो गेम्स रखी हैं, बल्कि दो गेम्स रखी हैं. Eternal Forces. Based on the Left Behind book series, Eternal Forces gained a lot of negative attention. Set after the rapture, you wander around the New York City trying to convert those left behind to Christianity or just kill them. Medal of Honor to 2010. The game follows the exploits of Special Forces troops battling insurgents in Afghanistan in 2002. In August, Defense Secretary Dr. Liam Fox called for the game to be banned after it emerged that users could fight as a Taliban. Just like Counter-Strike, जिसमें आप टेररिस्ट फोर्स भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो और काउंटर टेररिस्ट फोर्स भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, इसी तरह इसमें भी था, लेकिन वो टेररिस्ट इज अ जनरल टर्म, ये तालिबान बन के आप फाइट कर सकते थे यूएस ट्रूप्स के साथ, इसलिए उन्होंने रेकमेंड किया कि इसको बैन होना चाहिए. सो ये दीज आर द फ्यू गेम्स. आप इंटरनेट पे और रिसर्च कर सकते हो, और आप गेम रेगुलेशंस की इंपॉर्टेंस बताओगे कि ऐसी गेम्स भी आती रही हैं और रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज बनने से पहले, इवन उसके बाद भी. तो देयर शुड बी समथिंग to somebody and something to control them, to regulate them, to guide them, or to ban them for the well-being of public, general well-being of public and the state as well. So I think these collection of games would be of great help to you. Getting back to the question, so in exam when they would ask you that you should refer to one or more media forms, so obviously you would be talking about films and case study and incidents and regulatory bodies. Similarly, you will also talk about games and regulatory bodies and incidents. Obviously, I will provide you with a third form of media form as well to talk about, because I don't want my students to gain less than 13 or 12 marks in this section, which is quite doable. Okay, which is totally doable. लेकिन उसके लिए आपको बहुत crispy अच्छा content लिखना होगा. Now let's move on to another snapshot I would like to share with you, which is extremely important actually. And let's rock and roll. I hope you can see my screen in this. Yeah, this is actually marking scheme. If you talk about other subjects, it's a general understanding that in marking scheme they would have shared the exact solution or a nearby solution or a good solution recommended by Cambridge or examiners or paper checkers. But unfortunately in media studies, they won't provide you written answers. Rather, they would just provide you some brief guidelines. Like question was that changes in society have been affected by changes in media regulation. Discuss this view. ये स्पेसिमेन पेपर का क्वेश्चन है जो मैंने आपसे भी शेयर किया हुआ था. अब उसमें इन्होंने जो एग्जामिनर ने कुछ गाइडलाइंस दी हुई है, हम उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. Candidates should be given credit for their knowledge and understanding illustrated through case study material. यानी जो गेम्स के बारे में आप लिखोगे ये कैंडिडेट को करना पड़ेगा, relevant to the question obviously. और I told you कि आपके पास अगर irrelevant थोड़ी सी relevant research भी है तो आप क्वेश्चन को इंट्रोड्यूस ऐसे करोगे, परसेप्शन ऐसी क्रिएट करोगे कि आपकी एग्जाम्पल में फिट इन होती होगी. असेसमेंट विल टेक प्लेस अक्रॉस 5 क्राइटेरिया. आपने मीडिया कॉन्सेप्ट का जिक्र किया, ठीक है, रेगुलेशंस क्या होती है, आपने अपना कॉन्सेप्ट देना है, और उसके बाद इसके 3 मार्क्स हैं. कॉन्टेक्स्ट एंड क्रिटिकल डिबेट्स, ऑब्वियसली आप थोड़ा इसको क्रिटिकली बताओगे, उसका एनालिसिस करोगे, 3 मार्क्स उसके हैं. टर्मिनोलॉजीज, ठीक है, जैसे मैंने बोला आप रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज के बारे में बात करोगे, आप चीज़ों के बारे में बात करोगे, दैट दे कैरी मार्क्स, ठीक है. एनालिसिस ऑफ हाउ मीनिंग इज क्रिएटेड. उसके बाद आपने इसको देखो एनालिसिस करना है कैसे मीनिंग क्रिएट हुआ. यानी कि अगर हम इन गेम्स के हार्मफुल इफेक्ट्स की बात करें तो कैसे इन गेम्स ने आपने उसका एनालिसिस करना है कि साइकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट्स क्या होते हैं. सो इन अदर वर्ड्स आप इंटरनेट पे रिसर्च कर सकते हैं गेम के नेगेटिव इफेक्ट्स, साइकोलॉजिकल इम्पैक्ट्स, और क्रिमिनल रिलेशनशिप क्या थे जिन क्रिमिनल ने मैस शूटिंग की. जैसे न्यूजीलैंड में क्राइस्टचर्च का वाक़या हुआ था, मस्जिद पे शूटिंग की थी फ्राइडे प्रेयर में, वो या वैसे ही. तो आप रिलेशन रिसर्च पर आपको मिल जाएगा काफ़ी कुछ. और अब इसलिए आप ये नहीं कहोगे कि the killer or criminal got inspired. आपको there is a saying or controversy which has raised many questions that the coincidentally the the the, the criminal was a regular game player, and he was used to play Call of Duty or whatever the shooting game. So this way you will be raising questions in your answer, and which is really good. So use of examples and examples, obviously जिस मैंने अपनी गेम एग्जाम्पल्स बताई हैं, फिल्म के एग्जाम्पल बताई हैं, केस सीरीज बताई हैं, इसके भी मार्क्स हैं. अच्छा, 3 मार्क्स से हमने परेशानी और आगे भी देखते हैं. अच्छा, यहाँ से दोबारा से शुरू करते हैं. मार्क अकॉर्डिंग टू मार्किंग क्राइटेरिया इन टेबल ए. Indicative content. The question requires candidates to discuss media regulation and its relationship to changes in society. Candidates will need to draw upon relevant case studies from across the broad spectrum of media regulation and establish how far changes in society may be reflected in regulatory change. Candidates may make reference to a range of media regulations, including, like I told you, film classification bodies or regulators, BBFC, MPA. MPA पे जो है ना, मोशन पिक्चर्स एसोसिएशन ऑफ अमेरिका, ये यूएस में फिल्म्स को रेगुलेट करती है. मेरे हैंडआउट में आपको मिल जाएगा. और बीबीएफसी जो ब्रिटेन में करती है. इंस्टीट्यूशनल रेगुलेटरी बॉडी सच एज ऑफकॉम, IPS1, FCC, ये ओके. उसके बाद क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम सच एज PEGI, ये भी क्लासिफिकेशन अथॉरिटीज एंड सिस्टम है, और ये PEG भी क्लासिफिकेशन अथॉरिटी है और सिस्टम भी है. Candidates may draw upon a wide range of contemporary, मतलब recent और आजकल की current and historical case studies which can be used to support and illustrate key points. Candidates should demonstrate knowledge and understanding of contextual issues surrounding media regulations and be able to link them to their chosen case study. यही तो बात है, आपने context खुद से create करना है. They may discuss issues surrounding their chosen case studies, considering the assumptions about audience and text mean products that underpin particular policies and practices. Candidates could also discuss the regulation of new media in a notionally post-truth era and draw upon the relationship between regulation and the law. बिल्कुल जैसे हमें पता है रेगुलेशन एंड लॉ, नॉर्मली रेगुलेशन ज़्यादातर सेल्फ रेगुलेटरी हैं और उनका वो बनाया इसलिए ताकि कल को लॉ की वायलेशन ना हो. लेकिन उसके साथ साथ हर चीज़ में लॉ एक्टिव नहीं होता. हर केस में मिडल ईस्ट में बात करें या कुछ ऐसी कंट्रीज में बात करें जहाँ पे ऑब्ससिनिटी, प्रोफेनिटी के बारे में थोड़ा सा, न्यूडिटी के बारे में लिमिटेशंस हैं, इस्लामिक कंट्रीज में भी ख़ास तौर पे, बल्कि वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में भी है. सो लॉ के अकॉर्डिंगली रेगुलेशंस भी मोल्ड किए जाते हैं. आप इस बारे में भी बात कर सकते हो. सो कैंडिडेट वर्क अब होगा क्या? कैंडिडेट्स वर्क शुड बी जज्ड ऑन ईच ऑफ दीज क्राइटेरिया जो अब मैंने मेंशन किए हैं आपके लिए. और उसके बाद ये 15 मार्क्स टोटल बनते हैं, 15 मार्क्स, 3 6 9 12 या 15. Or candidate work should be judged on each of the criteria individually and marks awarded according to the level attained. It should be noted that it's possible for a candidate to achieve a different level of each assessment criteria. Obviously हर एक में different, जरूरी नहीं कि एक बच्चा 3 में से 3 ले रहा है तो सब में 3 में से 3 लेगा, different हो सकते हैं. The guidance should be used in conjunction with the level descriptives. It's not uh, prescriptive, sorry, nor it is exclusive. Examiners must be careful to reward original but well-focused answers. ओरिजिनल मीन्स आपका अपना होना चाहिए, इंटरनेट से छापा नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है. तो अब यहाँ पे जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल्स दी हैं गेम्स की, इंटरनेट से रिसर्च करके दी हैं, आप इसको अपने वर्ड में रिफ्रेश करोगे. पहली बात, सेकेंडली आपका इंट्रोडक्शन भी अपने वर्ड्स में होगा, आपकी बॉडी अपने वर्ड्स में होगी, आपकी कंक्लूजन अपने वर्ड्स में होगा. सिर्फ आप एग्जांपल जो है वो भी रिफ्रेश करके इंटरनेट से लोगे तो इट्स टोटली अलाउड. द इंडिकेटिव कंटेंट इन is intended to indicate aspects of question that may feature in candidates answers. So guys, this is also important, this scheme of work for that regulation thing. इसी तरह हम जब पोस्ट मॉडर्न मीडिया करेंगे तो उसमें भी हम थोरली सब कुछ लेके चलेंगे. So this brings end to today's lessons second part. I hope that आपको काफ़ी समझ आ गया होगा. Things are now pretty comprehensible for you. मैं आपको एक assignment भी दूंगा game regulations के हवाले से. And very soon we are going to move on in the right track कि हम पूरा question खुद से independently कर पाएंगे. And once ऐसी वो डे आ जाएगा तो then I would be giving you some more assignments and finally I'll take your assessment. And if it will be satisfactory, then we will move on to the second thing, that is post-modern media. Simultaneously, as I told you, we would be working on our blog posts as well, so that both things could be done in a timely fashion. And obviously, you will be working on your projects and group discussions and things like that. So see you tomorrow, next lesson, and inshallah, we shall have a great time tomorrow. And if you face any trouble or in understanding, you can always write to me via WhatsApp or any other platform. Okay, take care till then. Bye bye.